Hey lovers, Amitabh Elliott here. I just wanted to make a quick little video for you about a realization I've had, and I'm going to teach you a method that is so simple to be happy all the time that I've just realized, and I'm going to do this for the rest of my life all the time, unless I forget, and then I won't be happy. So it's so simple. We've all struggled with depression and anger and sadness and loneliness and despair and resentment and many other negative, well, those are the core negative, jealousy, I guess, greed. But really anger and sadness and loneliness and resentment are the real tough ones. Jealousy maybe. That really suck us into just depression. And there's a really easy way out of it. It's so simple. And what I'm about to tell you is how you can actually dwell deeply in the present moment. I'm going to call this video Instant Cure for Depression, How to Dwell Deeply in the Present Moment. Because that's what this really is. All you have to do, and I want to tell you where I got this from, and if you're a Christian or a Muslim, please don't be turned off because of where I got this from. I got this from Utadamo, and I've just started implementing it. That's all. And he's teaching the teachings of the Buddha. But this really isn't a spiritual teaching. It's really a mental technique. It's a really a method of being happy and a method of dwelling deeply in the present moment. So I'm going to get right to it. It's very simple. All you do, if you want to be happy all the time, is you realize and recognize and acknowledge and focus on what's actually happening right now in the present moment. And there's a lot of people that, especially spiritual teachers, have been talking about, you just have to be present. You just have to focus on the present moment. Don't be in the past or the future. But honestly, I've been doing spiritual practice for a long time, and that is so vague, and it's so hard to understand. What is the present moment? We're not taught this. If we were taught this in school, perhaps, it'd be easy. But really, this is how you do it. This is how you dwell deeply in the present moment. Whatever you're doing, you just give a little label, and you just acknowledge it with this label. So, say if you're washing dishes, instead of allowing the mind to regurgitate and create all these fantasies and complain and plan and do all these things that really keep us in negative mind states and unconsciousness, all we need to do is say a little mantra. And that's just a word that you repeat over and over again. And you just say what you're doing. Washing dishes. Washing dishes. Washing dishes. Just like this, but in your mind. Washing dishes. And even you could smile while you're doing it. If you're not happy, don't worry about it. The smile will come. Trust me. So you just say washing dishes. Washing dishes. If you're going to the bathroom, pooing. Going to the bathroom. You can just say going to the bathroom. If you're peeing, just going to the bathroom. Going to the bathroom. Going to the bathroom. If you're walking, you're just walking. You're just saying this in the mind. Just walking. 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 If you're looking at something, looking. Seeing. 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 If you hear a sound and it agitates you, hearing. Because what is it really? It's just hearing, right? It's not, I can't believe they said this. It's just sound. It's just hearing. So you just, the Buddha teaches to guard the six sense doors. And the six senses are, the mind is a sense because you're perceiving. As long as you can perceive, it's a sense. So the mind, touch, taste, smell, hearing, and touch. Let's just go through them. And seeing. Touch, taste, smell, hearing. So Anyways. And so all you have to do is guard the six sense doors. And it's like you just allow yourself to observe these senses and see what's really happening with them instead of letting them be taken away. What's really happening, letting it be taken away in meaning. Because meaning is, in all meaning, there's a sense of me in it. Whenever we're angry, there's always me. I'm angry. Somebody did this to me. It's their fault. It's my fault. I'm guilty. I shouldn't have done that. I'm a terrible person. I'm depressed. I'm not worth anything. I'm not beautiful. There's always an I in it. There's always a me in it. And all we have to really do is release the self in order to realize an expansive, beautiful peace. That's always what we really are. And the way we do this is we guard the six sense doors. And the way we do that is just by recognizing what's actually going on, acknowledging it, and saying it. So you say, walking, you pick something up. If you're cleaning, you don't just say cleaning. You could do that, but get a little more specific. Cleaning, and then what are you actually cleaning right now? If I just pick something up, my little starfruit shaker picks up. So picking up, cleaning, whatever it is you're doing, just have a little label, and this becomes your mantra, and that focuses the mind on what's actually happening instead of allowing it to go off into fantasy land, into creating all these problems and complaining. Because we really sell we give away our happiness and peace with complaining and anger and all these negative mind states, when really our natural state is peace. And so all we have to do is just say what's going on. If you're walking, you're walking and seeing. So if your mind gets bored with that you're walking, you're seeing also. There's another sense that's going on, is seeing. So that's an easy one. So you actually just look at what's going on and just see it without labeling it as what it actually is. What you're seeing. Don't say seeing a tree, or that's an ugly person, or that, or you just say what it is, and it's just seeing. The bare perception is just seeing. And if we remain in the bare perception, we guard these six sense doors. And if your mind gets wandering, you just say thinking. Wandering mind. Thinking. If an emotion arises, anger, you just say anger. Angry. You don't say I'm angry. I have a right to be angry. This person, you create all these superfluous additions onto what's actually going on. Deal with what's going on only for you. Don't worry about anybody else. Just say anger. Don't attach I to it. Don't say I'm angry. Don't own it. Just label it what it is. It's an emotion of anger. That's it. Anger. And then as you label it as anger, or resistance, or resentment, or sadness, or loneliness, you just say loneliness. If you feel lonely, you start to think, I'm so lonely, I don't have anybody, just say loneliness. Until you're able to move a little bit, become removed from that emotion and not be so trapped in it, you just say loneliness. And then eventually you can just say, well, it's not even really loneliness, it's just a thought. So it's just thinking. So you just say thinking. And then come back to what's actually happening. So you observe the mind for what it really is, instead of creating it into this whole fiction. And then come back to what's happening in the body. What am I doing in the body? You might be typing, or walking, or you might be running. Whatever it is you're doing, wherever you are, you can always be mindful. And therefore, wherever you are, you can always be happy. Happiness is our birthright. We're always happy and peaceful and we realize that in our natural state. And we will realize that whenever we're upset, there's always thinking. Every single time, there's always thinking. Whenever we're lonely, there's thinking. We're thinking about loneliness. We're thinking about, I'm lonely. Whenever we're depressed, I'm depressed. And there's thinking. But whenever we're free and we're peaceful and we're happy, it's just the experience. Well, this is so wonderful. I just feel so peaceful. Because you're just saying, I feel so peaceful. You're not saying, I feel peaceful because this happened. And that's when we get trapped, when we say, I feel peaceful because this happened. And then as soon as that stops happening, then I can't be peaceful anymore. Or I was happy because of this person. And as soon as this person leaves, I can't be happy anymore. But really, they just got you in touch with happiness because you were experiencing them fully. You were experiencing being with that person. And really, it's not about being with that person. It's just about being. And so, if we can just come back into the actual, reclaim the experience, reclaim the simplicity of life, and just say, experiencing happiness. Label the emotion. Happiness, sadness, joy, bliss, peace, anger, whatever it might be. And then come back into the body, come back, because you never leave the body. You just leave the awareness of it. The mind goes and takes you away from and that's really separation from yourself. And so, if we can always be one with ourselves, with what's actually happening, and not be separated by thinking, and creating meaning and making things to be what they're not, if we can actually just keep it simple, we'll have so much more happiness. So try this out and let me know in the comments below. I'm going to put a link to Damo's YouTube channel right here. I highly recommend his videos, especially if you're into Buddhism. But the teachings are not specific to Buddhism. It's really, the Buddhist teachings are not dogmatic. They're really just to show us how to look into the mind and how to be happy, how to be free from suffering. The Buddha taught 4 things. He taught the 4 Noble Truths. And really everything goes underneath there. And that there is suffering in the world, that there is a cause for suffering, that there is a way to end suffering, and then the 4th Noble Truth is the way to end suffering, and that's the Eightfold Path. And even if you don't follow Buddhism, if you don't follow any spirituality teaching, if you're not religious, if you're not Christian, or if you are Christian, or if you're Muslim, or if you're not Muslim, you can still use this teaching that I'm giving you of mindfulness, that I'm reminding you of, because you already know how to do this. When you're happy, you're already doing this. You're just experiencing life as it is, and being grateful. And so really try to put this into practice all day long. Don't just try it for 5 minutes. Try it all day, and and for the rest of your life, just experience things as they really are, and you'll uncover this childlike joy, this innocence that we've all seemed to have lost in this world. And I want you to have this. That's why I made this video. I love you so very much.